Chick-fil-A be messing with my damn morals. I ain't saying they don't make me a better person every time I go there. I'm just telling you it's fucking with my daily norm. Let me tell you a little story. This morning I'm having a shitty morning. Woke up, went to go make coffee. I am completely out of coffee. All right, so I said, what's going to make my day better? Because it ain't starting off good. Chick-fil-A. And I pull into Chick-fil-A. All right, now the damn line is wrapped around the building twice, which they're probably going to have their food in like 7 minutes. But at the same time, I'm in my F-350 and I can't get through the drive-through line. So I parked and I walked inside. Now, when I walked inside, I got in line behind a man who I could obviously tell was homeless, but he's got some cash in his hand, so he's good. You know, I'm like, hey, man's just trying to get him some food. Man gets up to the damn counter. This is where shit started to go astray. Man gets up to the counter, and there's this little girl working behind the counter. She may be like 16 years old, like barely old enough to have a job. And this man, I heard him say this. He goes, ma'am, I have $5. What's the most food that I can get for $5? And she's going through the menu with him, making sure that he's going to get as much food as he possibly can. Well, after they get his order together, she rings him up and everything, and he goes to hand her his $5. She looked at this man and she said, no, sir, it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to be your blessing today. You hold on to that for later. I'm going to pay for your breakfast. She reaches in her pocket, puts her money in the register, okay, takes her change, puts it back in her pocket, and hands the man the receipt. The man looks at the little girl and says, ma'am, you don't have to do that. She said, sir, I need to do that, and please allow me to. He said, well, thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me. And the man grabs his receipt and walks over there and waits for his food. Now, it is now my turn. I wanted some chicken minis to turn my whole day around. I wanted a box of them bitches, and I was going to get a box of them, and I was going to go smash city because I needed something to make me feel good, and a sweet tea. So I order my food and I go over there and stand by him. Now, he's not bothering anybody. He's just standing there waiting on his food. The food comes, he grabs it, and he walks out the door. About 2 seconds later, my food comes to the damn counter. I grab mine and I walk outside to my truck. I put my truck in reverse. I back out of my parking spot and I pull around the building. When I pulled around the building, I see the man with his bag of Chick-fil-A. He walks over to a curb where all of his stuff was at. And I noticed something horrendous. He's got a puppy. And I watched this man sit down on the curb next to his puppy. He opened up that bag and dumped everything in that bag out and pushed it all to his puppy. Do you realize the type of person and how rare it is? But do you realize the type of person that it takes to take every ounce of food that this man has and probably used every dollar that he has and dumped it on the ground and pushed it over to his puppy? The only being on this whole earth that does not judge him. He just pushed it over and the dog starts eating. Well, now I have this little voice inside my head. It's called a conscience. That is like, what, you can't just allow this to happen. So what did I do? I pull in by PetSmart, run inside real quick, grab a 20-pound bag of damn dog food because I didn't want to get him the 50-pound because I didn't want him to hold it, like have to carry it and stuff. Got him a 20-pound bag of dog food, and I pull over there and I walk up to him and I said, sir, look here, man. I was standing behind you in Chick-fil-A. And I saw what that little girl did for you, and that was an act of random kindness. And I've always been told that an act of random kindness can always inspire another, and I feel that I need to do this. So I went back to my truck, grabbed a 20-pound bag of dog food, brought it to him, and then I gave him all of my chicken minis and my sweet tea. He looks at me. He says, sir, what are you going to eat? I said, buddy, I may have an empty stomach, but I'm going to have a full heart today, knowing that I helped somebody. And he stood up and he went to go shake my hand. And I said, can I have a hug? And he said, only under one condition. I said, what's that, buddy? He said, can I say a quick prayer real quick? And I said, absolutely. Because I never turn down a time when anybody wants to pray for me because I need it. He grabs my hand and we pull in close and he starts praying. And in this prayer, he said, Lord, I want to thank you for this gentleman. I didn't even have time to catch his name, but to go out of his way and to give me some food for the simple fact that I wanted to take care of my best friend and give my best friend my food. I have a new best friend today, and he's giving me his. Thank you for putting this type of love in this gentleman's heart, and please continue to bless him and bless all of our troops overseas because I was once one of them. So not only was this man homeless, gave all of his food to his dog, the only being that doesn't judge him and his best friend in the world, he is also a United States veteran. I can't tell y'all the morning that I had. I can't put it into words about what it means, but for a shitty morning to start off like it did, and turn into one of the most fulfilling days of my entire life, and it ain't even 10 a.m. yet, that's God's work right there. And to the little girl behind the counter who felt the need to pay for that man's food this morning for no reason at all, thank you, because your act of random kindness made me a better person today. There's y'all's Friday morning lift up right there. Hope it inspires somebody. Shit.